Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Thornburg, and here are the instructions on how to help your 2-month-old start to sleep through the night. First, I want to do a little backstory. When parents come in for their first visit, the newborn visit, I tell them that their baby is the king or queen of the house. They run the house. Their only duty as king or queen is that they have to feed on the 3 hours. So they can cluster feed, so they could feed every hour. Then if they fall asleep, they need to be woken up 3 hours later. They can't sleep past 3 hours, so they need to feed on the 3 hours. And what I tell parents is that during the first 2 months, the mom and baby should develop their own feeding routine. And of course, they come in for the 1 month checkup. And if I see that they're gaining good weight, I tell moms that if the baby wants to start to sleep through one of the night feedings, and oftentimes they do, then you can stop one of the 2 night feedings if they're feeding every 3 hours, and you continue to feed at the other feeding. They'll feed 7 times a day. Then when they come in for the 2 month well child check, I tell them that the baby's circadian rhythm is starting to be developed. They can start to sleep consolidate, which means they can sleep longer periods of time at night, up to 6 to 8 hours. I tell them that we have to start to take one of the 2 night feedings and stop feeding at one time. It's the same time. So if they're waking at 1 and at 4 a.m. to feed, then you would stop the 1 a.m. feeding and continue to feed at the 4. When the baby wakes up at 1, you do a loving support to teach them how to sleep. And this is supported by literature in the Journal of Pediatrics, as well as in the Journal of Behavioral and Developmental Pediatrics. So when the baby wakes up at 1 a.m., then you let the baby cry for 10 minutes, then you enter the room. You don't make a lot of noise, you just pick up the baby, you calm them down, and once they're quiet, you put them back down. That way, as their autonomic system goes up, we're helping to bring it back down. Every 10 minutes, we repeat that until they're asleep. And the next night, we do the same thing while continuing to feed at the 4 a.m. feeding. And within 3 nights, usually give or take a night, they will start to sleep through the night. And it's very peaceful. It's not a lot of stress. And then we go after the 4 a.m. feeding, and we do the same thing, 10 minutes of crying, and then you support them to help them go back to sleep in a very nurturing way. And then within 3 to 5 nights for each of those feedings, so within 6 to 7 days, the baby will be sleeping through the night. It's important, though, that the baby takes every 3-hour feeds during the day for 6 feedings. That way we're optimizing and maximizing the amount of food that they can take during the day. Now, not every parent can do this, and so this is not a one-size-fits-all. For those moms that can't do this for whatever reason, at some point we're going to have to catch the baby up to join the family, because the point of all this is we're not just raising a baby in a family, we're raising a family, and everybody is on the same level. If the parents can't do that, we work through whatever's happening, we acknowledge the point that we're passing, and then we move forward. And for those moms who don't do this, and they do it with their second or third babies, because oftentimes with the first baby they don't want to do this, or if there's an IVF baby, obviously there's a lot of special attention paid to IVF babies, then it's really difficult for the moms to do that. But once they move into the second child, or they have to go back to work, and they do it, they're like, why didn't I do this earlier? And that is the overwhelming message I get from the moms in my practice when they finally do it. Why didn't I do this early? This is so much better for my whole family. I'm sleeping, everybody's better, and my friends ask me, how do I have such a happy baby? And I'd say about 80% of my practice follows this guidance. Thanks.